So what are we talking about today?
The greatest cult classic movie of all time.
Grease. I love Grease.
Whoa.
I got chills.
They're multiplying.
That's pretty good,
I was with you, baby. I was with you. Let's go. Fellas, how we doing today? David's like, I'm not singing. I'm not doing that.
I know that. I got like the first line. That's it.
How are we doing, fellas?
I'm doing good. I'm doing killer.
I love it.
I couldn't be better. Actually, I could be better. I'm still fucking good.
This is so good.
Yeah,
this is so
above
good.
average.
Okay. That's for.
But I'm not. I'm not peaking right now.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. We're hitting levels.
Yeah.
There's levels to this. Y'all still good out there? Okay.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Come on, let's hear it.
All right, well, it was nice. I think it's good talking to y'all. I think we've made some progress.
I mean, Boondocks 3 is an interesting concept to talk about. But of course, in order to get there, we'd have to talk about 1 and 2 first. So let's talk about the first movie.
First of all, the first important thing that everybody knows that you need to know is that cat was a fucking dick. So save the shit if like,
come on.
Kitty cat.
Cats are evil. Everyone knows this.
Cat was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
But no, this was at a time when movies were kind of transitioning away from this very grounded street level place, and you guys really brought it back in a really cool pseudo-vigilante way. Was that pitched to you that way? Did Duffy like go, listen, I'm about to make you guys like street level superheroes. You don't even know.
Rock?
Did you ask me a question?
Well, it was a universal.
Can I tell y'all the first time I met Rock?
Yes.
No shit. I was sitting on the set in like they have these director's chairs. And like, this is no shit. Rock comes walking up to me. Same Rock walk. He's like, Sean, do you like peanut butter? I go, yeah, Rock, I like peanut butter. And this is exactly what he said. He goes, yeah, me too. And then he just fucked off. I'd never said a word to him, but I didn't even know. They pointed out to him in the wardrobe. They're like, that's the guy that's playing Rocco. That was the first introduction. He walked up to me, asked me about peanut butter, and they just fucked off. As a matter of fact, never before have we been like, what's your name? I'm Sean. Hey, I'm Rocco. I'm playing. So as a matter of fact, right now, hey, I'm Sean. Yeah, see, right now.
That's it.
He's fucking thinking about peanut butter right now.
Oh my God.
That's a true story, too.
Was peanut butter code for something, Rock?
That's the way Rock thinks. Rock is the quiet genius that you would never expect. One time we landed in St. Louis. Tell me I'm fucking lying. We're in a fucking car.
No, you're
We're
not.
in a car. It's silent. We land the plane. We're in a car, in a like a town car, a limo or something. We're driving for like 45 minutes, and Rocco just leans over and he goes, "Hey, Sean, did you know that St. Louis has the Bowling Hall of Fame?" And I said,
"What's the truth?"
No, Rock. Do you bowl? No. She's like, what the fuck?
Do I really sound like that, you guys?
I mean...
Fuck yeah, he did. And then we drove for another 45 minutes in silence with me going, what the fuck?
Well, the Bowling Hall of Fame was in St. Louis at one time. They did change it last couple of years, but, you know.
Just a catalog
do you
of
want
information.
The Bowling Hall of Fame in your city? Anybody from St. Louis? Good. I mean, you know.
We're against St. Louis now. Okay, I got you. I understand. That's fair. I mean, quickly, sure. Absolutely. I tell you what, we do have a guest question over here, so let's line it up.
Talk to me, Carol.
Right. I'm Carol from England. And
how you doing? She has a French accent.
And that's Carol with an E.
And she's from England.
That's right.
Right. I was asked by a friend called Celine to ask Sean the story about the donut. If
So
you're happy to tell the story about a donut.
You mean my dog Donut?
I don't know, she said to ask you the donut story.
Oh, the donut story.
Yes.
Donut story.
She won't tell me.
The present.
Raise your hand if you've heard the donut story.
Put your hands down right
There's
now.
a handful of fucking
We need to
people.
hear this story. Be quiet.
There's a handful of people who've heard the. Raise your hand if you haven't heard the donut
Put your
story.
hands up right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
fuck
worth it.
Well, that's a preponderance of evidence that I should tell you the donut story. First of all, let me do a little back info. So when you do a movie, it is customary sometimes when you rap to give your fellow actors a rap gift. I've never fucking done that because fuck you. I just spent a fucking 2 weeks with you. I don't need to we worked together. We acted together. Never before when I worked for Atlas Van Lines and lugged pianos. When I quit, I'm like, hey, we fucking lug pianos. Here's a fucking gift. Like what
Thank
the
you,
fuck?
thank you.
Why when you act you need to like? We just fucking. You got paid. I got paid. Fuck off, man. Anyway, so the first time in my life I ever did it was in Boondock 1. And I brought my gift to Reedus in the makeup trailer. We'd been filming in Toronto for like a month. And, you know, that's basically a foreign country. And by foreign, I mean, you know, there's no Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
They have Tim Hortons. So for a month, you know, Reedus has been going
Right.
without like American donuts. So I brought him a dozen Dunkin' Donuts because I found like a Dunkin' in Buffalo that was very close to Toronto, but it's over the border. So I had a dozen Dunkins in a box brought up. And I said, brother, killer working with you, man. I think we made a pretty cool film. I wanted to give you this rap gift. He's like, okay. Yeah. You know how Reedus does. And I said, well, aren't you going to open it, man? He's like, yeah. Yeah. So he opened it, and he's looking at me like, oh, it's like donuts? It's like, yeah, it's fucking dozen Dunkin' Donuts, man. Like, if you've had any donuts here for breakfast, you've only had these Tim Horton fucking
Right.
things.
It's not the
That's
same.
not American fucking donuts,
It's not the
motherfucker. These are Dunkins. We're still in a foreign country. I brought you a dozen fucking American donuts. Glazed fucking donut. He's like, oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, thank you, man. I was like, you gonna crush a couple? He's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna eat some. Yeah, I love donuts. Yeah, great. I'm like, well, have a bite, man. I brought them up. They're not gonna last forever. I mean, they're spoiled. So he picked one up. Yeah, these are really good Dunkin' Donuts. Next day, we come into the makeup trailer. I flip the lid. I'm like, dude, there's 10 left. You only had 2 donuts. There's 10 fucking donuts left. I mean, it's not something you could like take on the plane ride home. They're not gonna last
Right.
forever. You gotta crush these fucking donuts. Oh yeah. I'm like, do you have breakfast? He's like, what? I'm like, fucking crush some donuts, man. So we ate 4 more while we're sitting in the makeup chair. So now we're down to 6 donuts. I come in after lunch. I'm like, dude, there's half a fucking dozen. You only done half, 50% of the, and the quality goes down every minute.
That's
you
right.
don't eat them.
That's true.
That's why
So
you get
true.
a dozen donuts. You got to crush
Yeah.
that fucking dozen
Yeah.
like on day one, man,
man.
for the maximum enjoyment. You know, if my present is a level 100. It's only a level 100 if you crush that shit on day 1. Second day, my present is like an 80 out of 100. Third day, it's a 60. You see,
No.
You're
It's way
following my
farther.
math,
On the
right?
third day, it's like 40. It
Yeah,
drops
it's a
down
40. It
exponentially.
goes down.
Yeah.
Next day I come in. There's fucking 4 donuts left. I'm like, dude, Reedus, what the fuck, man? You're gonna hurt my face? He's like, what? No, I was. I'm like, dude, 4 fucking donuts. He's like, just crush the fucking donuts, man. So he did. He's like sitting there and we're chatting the whole time. He's like, I'm like, are they good? I'm like, are they good? He's like, I'm like, no, don't give me a moan. Like, tell me, are they good? Yes or no? He's like, yeah, they're good. I'm like, how good? He's like, he's like, what do you want me to say? I'm like, tell me they're delicious. He's like, man, your donuts delicious. They're so delicious. I'm like, still, third date, are they delicious? Yeah, even though they're a little bit stale. He's like, no, you know, I like because it's a little bit crunchy now. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Fuck. He polished up the last fucking donut. It was like the crusty little sugar bit around him, like you got a little bit in your little peach fuzzy little goat, right? And he's like, he polished that fucking box a dozen. American.
Yeah.
D to the O nuts. So we wrapped. We flew back to LA, Carol, and both of us are sitting next to each other on the plane. I'm reminding him, I'm like, it's okay you didn't get me a wrap gift. I just wanted you to have a wrap gift, a dozen Dunkin' Donuts. So did you enjoy them? He's like, I told you, I ate them all. I can't believe that you didn't have one with me. I'm like, no, because it's my gift to you. I don't want to. I don't want to enjoy my own gift. My enjoyment is seeing you enjoy my gift. Okay, yeah, that's so nice, so nice. So we land. We go our separate ways. When I get home, I stick in an envelope 12 Polaroids, and I mail them to Reedus. About U.S. Postal Service back in the day. Maybe a week and a half later, he's like, what the phone rings. What the fuck, dude? Is this serious? And I just fucking busted out laughing, because in that fucking envelope,
oh my God,
there's 12 Polaroids of me, threadless and buck naked, sitting on a Barca lounger with a glaze around my Jimmy Johnson. 12, each fucking glaze was horseshoed around that Johnson. And he knew right then and there who his daddy was. Right then, I knew he was on the phone thinking, I'm a fire hydrant and Flanery just lifted his leg on me.
They were especially nutty? Is that what you're saying? Oh my God.
But that phone call, is this fucking real? Are you shitting me? I'm like, it's real, motherfucker. Oh, it's real. You have no idea how real it is.
And now you all know who the oldest MacManus brother actually is, right there.
And here's a funny thing. No shit, that motherfucker has 12 Polaroids of me threadless. And you know how many of you have seen him? Not a fucking one. That's best friend level shit right there.
Yeah.
That is best friend level shit.
Oh my God.
Because that motherfucker could bury me. Bury me.
No. This is self-preservation, because then you would have to explain, and I ate those. Every single last one.
Let me tell you something. Where were we in? Reedus's whole self-defense system consists of, we're in a bar, we're having cocktails, we're shooting the shit. His whole self-defense system consists of, where's Flanery? Somebody go get Flanery. But that's what best friends do,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
You eat their donuts, and they dive across a bar when you're in need without asking, is it Reedus's fault or not? Who gives a fuck? He's
That's my
boy.
guy, man. Ride or die. I love it. Rocco, do you have a similar donut story? No? I don't. Okay.
That's kind of a tough one to beat, but it's funny what he says about Flanery. Where's Flanery? I guess when you guys were on those horses, and Norm doesn't like horses, and they had the crane pick him up, put him on the horse. Flanery jumps off a building and right onto the horse, and this horse just moves. You know what I mean? Like when it goes from one, Flanery, it's moving. What do I do?
They are killing.
They really did. You saw the opening to part 2. They craned Reedus onto that horse.
Oh my God.
Like motherfucker was on a harness, and they and they lower him onto the horse, and he's just like looking at me, Hey, look, I'll be the first to admit, there's some shit I do good in life and shit that I don't do good in life. I grew up in Texas, so I can fucking ride a horse.
Yeah.
I've never smoked a day in my life, so I don't know how to roll a cigarette. So we're on the horse. And fucking we're rolling cigarettes, right, in the opening scene. Reedus is pretty much like... And I'm on the horse going, I don't know how to do that. I just look like I'm
signing.
I'm reading the instructions at the same time. Meanwhile, Reedus is trying, and the horse is fucking rock solid still. That horse just like had an itch and shifted its ass like this. It just went, clunk. And Reedus went, oh! Flanery, it moved! It just, Swear to God, I'm like, dude, it fucking shifted a hip, bro. It didn't even take a step. And I swear, the trouser worm sprung a leak. I saw a little wet patch. I'm like, you fucking peed yourself.
Y'all will never see Daryl Dixon the same way again. Never. Never. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, so we have another question that may elicit another story. Hello.
Hi. I am going to apologize. Y'all might want to use some earmuffs for any of the smaller kids.
Yeah, because it's been cleaned up until now.
Yeah. Now.
But,
Yeah, good caveat there.
Sorry. But Rock, your F usage, F is my absolute favorite curse word. You can ask my husband. I wake up in the middle of the night, mad over waking up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, fuck. So I really would love it, Rock, if you can just scream.
Fuck.
What's that?
She's judging your fuck talk, man.
I am. Because it's epic.
Fuck.
Something bad has to happen to really get him there, you know? Like, it's gotta be a genuine sort of thing.
She's offering to flash her tits.
Wow.
All right.
Yo,
That's when his voice shows up.
right.
Now,
Wow.
I better watch what I
was a
say.
joke.
Yeah. This might be
days.
recorded, man. Don't get us in trouble. Oh my God.
It's a beautiful word.
It was
Look,
a joke.
you know, my granddaddy, taught me the use of profanity when I was a kid, and we had a rule. There was you had to take a PE. A couple of rules though. You had to ask to take a PE. A PE was a profanity exemption. You had to use the word correctly. It
Big
could
word.
not be replaced with any other word, and you couldn't say it around ladies. Clearly, I fucking broke the third rule all fucking day. But that was my granddaddy's rule. And when he first explained that to me, he goes, you know, there are some expletives that cannot be replaced. And I said, well, you know, we have English language is so flavorful. Certainly you could replace it. He goes, well, make no mistake. There's really, or extremely. He goes, but let me tell you. He goes, let me tell you something, son. A girl walks into the room. Two of them, matter of fact. One's really pretty. And the other one is fucking pretty. I was like, duly noted, Granddaddy.
Get it.
Duly noted.
Genius move.
That fucking pretty's a dime piece, right? Am I right, gentlemen?
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right.
And
All true.
plus, I can't do that. This young, beautiful
Yeah.
girl here. Stand up. Oh boy, you have long hair. I'm sorry. You know, didn't. What's your name? What?
Madden. Yeah.
Madden, like John Madden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good name. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. We've got, Madden is sitting like right here, like in our face, like, are you going to say it? You going to say it? Say it, sir. Say it.
I didn't see her. She's
Okay.
tiny.
Fair game. That was a good story still, though. I told y'all. Good stories. Hello.
Hi.
It's Death the Flasher. Okay.
I'm not.
Sure. She already ratted you out. That's fine.
You don't
Okay,
tell her to flash it, or you won't work in Hollywood anymore.
Dude, you're whispering in front of a mic. The secret's
You're gonna
out.
make me fall on my ass, Rocco.
Fair game. What's your question, darling?
Okay. So this is the first question is for both Rocco and Sean. What was your favorite part of being on the Boondock Saints? And then this question is solely for Sean. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you were in a horror musical called Carnival, I believe. Would you ever be willing to do another musical movie, if possible?
You know, I like good. I don't really seek out genres. I just like good. When I read something, it either moves me or it doesn't, but I don't necessarily gravitate towards horror films or comedies or, any type. I just like good. And it's just like music. There's two types of music, in my opinion. There's good and there's bad. That's it. It's lost on me, the difference in styles. An amazing piece of country music moves me as much as an amazing piece of rock and roll, as much as an amazing piece of pop. I mean, what's the difference between rock and roll and pop? The number of people that like it? That's pretty bizarre.
That's about it.
That's pretty really bizarre. There's good and there's bad music, and there's good and there's bad scripts. And that's the truth. Carnival, I'll tell you, one of the most impactful moments in my life that happened on filming that. Raise your hand if you, anybody remember, I did here's a weird thing. I've spent a career making movies that nobody sees.
Only the smart people see them.
Occasionally you do something that just fucking everybody sees, and it's one of the tiniest little things I've ever done. I did an episode of Criminal Minds. Yeah. Raise your hand if you've seen that. Okay, so a lot of people, it was called Haunted, the episode. We were shooting this in Riverside, California. I had no idea that it was the crystal meth capital of the world. No idea. Like, why would you know that, right? So we wrapped it and we're filming at a real carnival, and there's carnies working there that are like, serious meth heads. And we wrapped at 4 a.m, and I'm leaving, and I'm hungry. And so I stop at this liquor store without even thinking about it. I park, I go into this liquor store. There's a dude behind the counter, and there's a couple in there. There's a dude in a big leather NASCAR jacket, and his girlfriend, who's about 5'10", 70 pounds. And I walk in, and I grab a chocolate milk, a Nestle's Quick, and a Payday. And I'm standing in line, and the lady turns around to me next to the big dude in a NASCAR, Tony Stewart NASCAR jacket, leather. And she turns around, and she looks at me, and she goes, "Dang out!" I said, "What?" She goes, "Dang out!" I said, I don't know what you're saying. First of all, I look behind, I'm like, "What's Dago? What?" She said, "It's Dang out!" I said, I don't know what the fuck you're saying to me. And the dude comes up, and she whispers in his ear. She's like, yeah, that's right. I was like, oh, fuck, man. What the fuck? I'm holding my Nestle Quick, my Payday. I just want to get the fuck out of there. I'm like, I don't know what you mean, Dago. What? No, you Dago from the criminal mind. I'm like, Dago from the criminal. You mean Darren Call? That was a character's name. She goes, yeah, that's what I said, Dago from the criminal mind. I was like, oh, fuck. And then she tells me this story. I'm like, holy shit. That's one episode of Criminal Minds. They made 1,000 episodes of Criminal Minds. I'm like, you remember and you spotted me? She goes, yeah. She goes, I record that show on the VCR. My VCR broke. I can't take the cassette out, so that's the only thing I can play is Haunted Dead Call to Criminal Mind. I was like, fuck, you're my favorite human on the planet. That's a no-shitter. True story in Riverside, California. Her VCR broke, and that's all they could watch on TV is my episode of Criminal Minds.
That's right. No, wait.
Fucking, why did I not film this whole scene? Because I thought for sure I'm going to get cut, stabbed. Because the big dude, he was like whispering. Yeah, that's right. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, did she say that guy stole my I'm like, oh, shit. How the fuck am I going to...
He was turning around, he's like, where's Norman? Where's Norman?
I wanted to go home with him. I'm like, let's go home. I'll get a couple more paydays. Let's go watch it together, man.
Now, wait. This place, you said it was the what capital?
The crystal meth capital of California. Riverside, California.
Crystal meth capital. Now, dollars to donut? Rocco randomly knew that.
Probably right.
Randomly knew that.
And I'm like, so do you do crystal? No. I'm like, oh, okay.
Good to know. to know. Okay, so you also want to know about what it was like shooting Boondocks?
No, I wanted to know, like, what was both of y'all's moments of being in Boondock Saints?
Like their favorite?
Yeah.
Favorite moment.
You really need to ask Rocco. You do know that he groped a breathless.
I'm aware. I've seen the film, but I want to know straight from the man's mouth.
Do you possibility think he's going to choose another moment? No, it wasn't that moment. It wasn't the moment that I groped the breast of a famous porn star. No.
I'm gonna tip her. Like, nah.
Rock, what was your favorite moment besides that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Killing the cat.
Is this because I called you out for killing the cat yesterday?
Oh my God.
But I do love cats, but I thought it was a very funny scene, and when it went off, all that was fun. Now you asked fun, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
You asked what was your favorite fun? Yeah. It
Yeah.
was a lighthearted day, all that. Yeah. I'll go with that. What do you
That's
think?
a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Sean, what about you?
I don't want him to, because I'm going to say, oh yeah, he's right. That was better. That when he went through the glass window, but that wasn't in one. No, it was in two.
Yeah, that wasn't too.
Mine was ripping the toilet out of the ground.
Yeah.
Because when Russians steal your brother, that's what you fucking do.
That's right. That's right.
You rip it out of the fucking ground.
Oh my God. Rock, I have to admit, one of my favorite scenes of this movie, and it's grossly inappropriate, is when you had to tell the joke. And obviously, I don't know if y'all know this, I'm black. Just throw that out there. Wasn't sure if you was paying attention. But that's what made it like mad funny to me. And so, clearly, you're being pushed to say something racist, and you're trying so hard not to, like, the black guy. And they're like, and it's like, that, yes. How was that scene for you? Because you looked so uncomfortable. It was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, that was a fun scene too. That mafiosa guy, and it was funny. It'd say, I'd say, so the black guy, and it'd say, and I go, yeah,
Yeah. That.
Yeah, that thing. that word.
What
yeah.
you just said.
that was funny.
Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Next question.
Hi, this question is for Sean. I really enjoyed your work on Young Indiana Jones. Now, hypothetically speaking, if Harrison Ford were to retire from the role and they still wanted to make more Indiana Jones, what are your thoughts on reprising the role?
No, I love just turning down like Lucasfilm. Yeah, that's you got an oil painting of that happening, right? It's a billboard on the side of the freeway. Flanery turns down Lucasfilm, film that's going to open in 7 billion theaters. Flanery says, "Nah,
I'm good.
I got an independent film I'm going to do."
Yeah.
I'm flattered, and I love that people ask me that, as if like, in this instance, people really come up to you and they're like, "Hey, why aren't you in Top Gun 2? Call them up and tell them you're like, yeah, let me just make that phone call. Hey, by the way, I want to be Maverick. Tell Cruise to step aside. I got this."
We would watch it though. Tell the truth, right? You would watch that? Of course you would.
Yeah.
I'm currently writing.
I'm flattered.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that turns down Indiana Jones. Having said that, I mean, I played the young version. I want to see Harrison. That's what as a fan, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see myself do it. I want to see Harrison Ford do it. I don't want to see anybody else do it. I just want to see Harrison Ford do it. And I would rather the script follow an age-appropriate story with him as Harrison as Indiana Jones than any other version. Really, as a fan, that's what I'd like to see. I can't imagine anybody else being Indiana Jones. The TV series almost existed in its own separate universe.
Right.
It was an educational show, and I like the Harrison Ford Indiana Jones. I remember. I could still remember when I went to the theater and I saw the opening ball.
Yes.
I mean, I thought that was probably the most exciting cinematic experience I'd ever had to that date. I mean, I've never been that excited, that scared, that nervous when the arrows are, and he's running. So I want to see Harrison Ford do it.
You know, I may be wrong here, and you tell me if you agree. I see what he said, but if you do need someone to play a young Indiana Jones, and it can't be Harrison Ford, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Why, thank you.
Like, if they needed, like Harrison Ford is what, 100 now? If they needed a 40-year-old Harrison Ford?
There you go. There you go.
Very flattering.
Did you ever, how old were you when you watched Indiana Jones?
Shit. Who can quickly tell me what it came out?
Raiders?
I like 13. Raiders.
Yeah,
the OG
Raiders.
Raiders.
Came out, what, 81?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like 15 years old, man.
How old were you?
56. 80.
No.
It's
Wait,
2002.
you're 56. You're 56?
I'll be 57 in October.
No, what I mean
You
to
got
say
some
is...
black in you, sir.
Yes, sir!
Yeah,
What
black
I
don't
mean
crack,
to
y'all.
say is, when you saw that movie, did you think, wow, could you imagine if you knew you'd be playing him in Young Indiana Jones?
And no shit. When I got Young Indiana Jones, I'm not joking, I was on a plane going to London really thinking that they were going to fire me when they found out I was just some fucking dude from Texas.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
I mean, I hadn't done shit. When I saw the first call sheet, it's like Vanessa Redgrave, Christopher Lee, Elizabeth Hurley, Catherine Zeta. I'm like, what the fuck is Sean Patrick? What? The fuck? It was just so bizarre to me. I mean, I really did. I honestly thought, I just thought there was going to be a mistake somewhere. They're not going to let me play Indiana Jones. It's absurd. And
yet
they never fired me.
Right.
I mean,
right.
it was,
right.
but it was bizarre. I mean, it was an honor. It was a privilege, and it was basically 5 years of film school for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
The sequel I'm looking forward to is Powder 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
If we can work on that one.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I need.
It's coming back.
Yes, yes. Hello.
So I got sorry, Jason, sorry. I got a couple questions for you, Sean. One, did Norman Reedus ever try to get you on The Walking Dead? And two, that's probably a burning question for anybody that's a Boondock Saints fan. Is there going to be a 3 or is there a break on that?
I can neither confirm nor deny the second question.
There you go.
The first one, he and I have been kicking around Hollywood for a long time. Like, I make a joke saying, I've made a career out of making films that nobody's ever seen. Having said that, I'm very proud of the work that we've done. But we share something that's important to us, Boondock Saints. I certainly don't want to jump on to anything that he's done unique and separate, you know what I mean? So I would be out of place even being on The Walking Dead. It's something that, man, I'll tell you something. A lot of people go, well, that role was written so well, anybody could have, Daryl Dixon. I'm like, man, fuck you.
That's right.
That motherfucker,
That's right,
even though
yeah.
it was a fastball over the home plate, that motherfucker cracked it over the center field fence into the parking lot like nobody else could have. Make no mistake, that show was written for Andrew Lincoln. But it's fucking Daryl Dixon's
That's
show.
right. Hey.
And it's, man, that motherfucker, he is Fonzie. It was written for Richie Cunningham.
That's true.
But who's on the shirt, motherfucker? It's Fonzie. The shirt, I can't tell you. I mean, Andrew Lincoln's amazing in it. But how many shirts do you see with him versus Daryl Dixon? It's that motherfucker did something that nobody else could do. Well, but in that regard, it's not something that, I'm proud as fuck of him. He's one of my closest friends in this industry, and I don't say that lightly. I'm proud as fuck of him, but I don't want to jump in and, man, you did that shit on your own, man. That's your own piece. We'll come together on another Boondock, but holy fuck, I'm a fan, and I'm stoked as shit
Wait,
for that
no, that was
motherfucker.
hypothetical. Don't you do that to him.
Hypothetical, yeah.
Don't you do that to him.
Conclusion.
Man, you were quick on that, too. I was about to be like, Sean, don't say that. Don't say that.
But no, man, I mean, I'm tickled to shit, and it's it couldn't happen to a better dude, because like every film that you do, I'm not joking. Every single time you do a movie, people do this. They're like, oh my God, it was so great working together. What's your number? We'll do lunch when we get back to LA. You're like, oh yeah, let's definitely. You're like, fuck off. We're not gonna do lunch. Man, I've put so many fucking numbers in my phone from films that they've never come up on my caller ID. Reedus was the first.
There you go.
We exchanged numbers. I got home, ring. So what are you doing later? Okay, I'm going to go get Chinese food. You want to meet me? I was like, yeah. I was like, holy fuck, this dude, we're still hanging. It was like, holy shit. It was like the dude meant every fucking word. And it's a different dude, man. He exists outside of Hollywood. He's a real motherfucker.
I love it.
For sure.
Now you still...
Dude, you sound like a donut eater.
Yeah.
After all that shit, you still... And that's why.
He scooted over so fast. I don't know if y'all saw that.
That's why.
God.
Like, no shit. You know what best friends do? They send their buddy donuts like that. But if anybody else did, I'd kick the fuck out of them.
There you go.
Reedus would be like, this dude put something on his jib and make me eat it. I'm like, where the fuck is he? Where the fuck is he? I'll choke that motherfucker unconscious.
For fun.
But I can do it.
Yeah. Next question.
So I guess that's actually a good transition. I think a lot of people know that you write and you like to tell stories. On your blog a couple of years ago, you wrote a story about Norman locking himself in a bathroom drunk, and you never finished it. If you remember what I'm talking about, can you tell us?
Raise your hand if you know what she's talking about.
Keep your hand down. I've told y'all repeatedly we want to hear these stories. Rocco's recording this.
Man, we were in Nashville. There was a shitload of people in the hotel room. I'm watching the UFC on my laptop. All of a sudden, Reedus is like, they got a mechanical bull. We're all going, let's go ride the mechanical bull at this bar. I'm like, I'm gonna meet you guys there. I'm gonna watch this UFC. Everybody leaves the room. I'm watching the UFC. My phone rings. It comes up as Kundalini Express by Love and Rockets, because that's Reedus' ringtone on mine. I'm like, what's up, brother? He's like, dude, they got me locked in a bathroom. Come and get me. Actually, it sounded more like, dude, they got me locked in the bathroom. Because I was like, what? He's like, I swear to God, man, they locked me in the bathroom, man. You come in, I don't know what's up. I'm like, dude. Okay, turn on your fucking Find a Phone. I was like, I'll kick the fuck out of a motherfucker. Somebody motherfucking kidnapped Reedus, motherfucker. I'll beat the fuck out of you. I was in my fucking Y-fronts, spread eagle on with a laptop, watching the UFC. I throw my jeans on, roll back into bed, hike my legs up. They were butterflied up in no time. Throw the boots on. I'm out the door. I'm like on the phone. I'm like, dude, turn on your Find a Phone right fucking now. I'll be there in 2 fucking minutes. I'm running out the door. The hotel room door is slowly. I haven't even heard it click yet. And boom, my Find a Friend app comes up. Bing, 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 bing. I can see that I'm running down the hall and I'm moving away from my friend. So I fucking stop. I look at it. I back up. It starts getting closer to my friend. I walk back all the way to my hotel room door, and it's closer. I fucking slide the key. I still got Reedus on. I still got the phone on. Hang on a second, dude. Hang on a second. And I slide the key in the door. It clicks. He's like, oh, fuck! There's somebody coming in, dude. I'm like, oh my God. That motherfucker is hiding in the fucking hotel room, in my room bathroom. I'm like hiding the books. I'm like, somebody's coming in where? He's like, I'm in like a hotel. It's in a bathroom, like in some hotel room. I'm like, oh, are you serious? And I like shut the door, click. He goes, they just shut the door. I'm like, oh my God. So I go, I stand up, click, click, stand up right outside the door. And he's like, the dude, I'm listening to the phone. He's like, the dude's standing right outside the door, Flanery. I swear to God, he's standing right outside the door. Will you come in? I'm like, shh. I'm coming, dude. You sit tight. I'm like, tell me what you see. Tell me exactly what you see. He's like, he's wearing boots, dude, I swear to God. I'm like, how do you know? He's like, because I'm on the floor, I can see under the door. He's wearing boots, and they're scary. I'm like, oh, he's got scary boots on? I'm like, dude, you fucking sit tight. I will choke this motherfucker out. And I walked back to my bed, took the shoes off. He's like, okay, he walked inside the room. I don't know what he's doing. I can't hear anything. So I start flipping the fucking channels because I'm gonna fuck with this dude. You have no idea. So I found a fucking forensic files, and they're like talking about, well, after the murder, the dead body was buried. He's like, he's watching death shows. Flanery, please hurry. He's watching death shows on the TV. There's like 6 parts to that story, but that was the first part that I wrote down. You're welcome to go to my blog and see how it progressed from there.
Go read this. Oh my God.
Reedus had like a couple whiskeys, and obviously he went to pee before everybody decided to go ride the mechanical bull. Dude passed out in the bathroom. I fucked with him like you have no idea. I even took my boots off. I went to the door, kicked the boots off. He's like, he's standing out there again. Oh, fuck, he took his shoes off, dude. Opened the belt, dropped it. He's like, he took his pants down. His pants are down, Freddie, please. You gotta come. I'm like, is the door locked? Did you lock the door? He's like, I want to lock the door, but I think it'll make a noise. I'm like, fuck the noise, Reedus. Lock the door. True story, man.
Oh my God. All the machismo.
Hours of fucking entertainment.
But you didn't finish it on the blog. We only got 5 parts of 6.
Is there 5 or 6?
There's 5 parts of 6.
Well, it involves an Uber driver named Sid and a magic carpet.
Wow.
A shard of glass and a starfish.
Use your imaginations.
I will finish it, though.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I believe we only have time for a couple more.
Thank you. So
Yeah. We're gonna get you out of here.
this is gonna sound like a bonehead question, but I feel like every actor and actress has that one scene or movie that when their family goes to watch it, they're just like, oh fuck. What's yours? Like everybody's got one scene they're just like, oh God, please tell me you didn't watch
It was when
that.
Rocco grabbed that boob. That definitely, yeah. No? Is there a scene that you've done
That
that
you're
was a
embarrassed
little...
of, you mean, or?
That your family might have been embarrassed to watch.
Like for example, like Amelia Clark watched every single Game of Thrones episodes with her parents, and I'm pretty sure she probably was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Before a few of the
You ever done anything
episodes.
embarrassing that you wouldn't want to watch with your family?
Rock?
They're gonna watch
I
me.
did porn once. No, I'm only kidding. Works too hard to get. Don't have many things that are embarrassing. No.
You know what's funny about that? You asked that question. There's so many things that we do on film that are categorically unethical. In Boondock Saints, we kill how many motherfuckers? You shoot one fucking cat and people get pissed. Not once did they go, oh, well, there's 18 humans. They never said that. How dare you kill a human? They were like, but the kitty!
Well, that's Boston.
Think about that
Everybody's
shit.
a cat lady in Boston.
What's that?
Everybody in Boston's a damn cat lady.
You know what I mean? Think about all the shit. We shot motherfuckers. We shot plenty of human beings, but one fucking cat.
One cat.
And it was a dick. That's what people bitch about. PETA, they're upset about a cat. Well, the people are okay. Let me tell you something. I've never not had a dog. Ever. But if you're driving, and all these motherfuckers are like, I like animals more than you. Fuck you. You like animals more than humans. If you're driving down a 2-lane road, and there's a dog in one lane and a child in another, you swerve towards the dog. That's what you do. If the brake pedal doesn't work, that's what you do. And any motherfucker that goes, no, I like dogs more, I'd swerve toward the human, the fuck out of here.
Absolute
Anyway.
monster.
But you watch the movies, like, nobody comments on the fact that we just fucking erased like a city's worth of a population. They're worried about that fucking cat. And that cat didn't even have an intro scene. It was an extra. Nobody even got to know the cat. There was never even a scene where like, oh, Fluffy, she's so... No, it was a fucking background player.
So
right, that's all I'll say on...
Unfortunately, we've hit our time limit. These guys got a photo ops that they got to get to. So, Fandemic Tours, make some noise for Sean Patrick Flanery and David Della Rocco.
Hey, and let me tell y'all, it's not lost on us that after this many years, y'all show up and want to hear us talk shit about a movie that we've already been overly compensated for a long time ago. God bless y'all. From my heart, it means a shitload to me, and I know it means a lot to Rocco, too. So thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. God bless.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Maisie Richardson-Sellers, and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be a legend and hit that like button, and most importantly, have fun and follow your fandom.